I want to talk about the ways that the system keeps us enslaved. So, we've spoken about upgrading our system, but there are obviously ways that we're kept enslaved, and propaganda is one of them. Netflix, music, social media. I think Netflix is probably one of the worst in my opinion. And there's the father of propaganda, Bernay. So can you explain how he worked with the government to push out all of this propaganda and keep us enslaved in the matrix?
It's interesting because Bernay is actually related to Sigmund Freud.
No,
and
I didn't know that.
Sigmund Freud is actually known as the father of psychology. So when you begin to look at this idea of propaganda, well, what is propaganda? Propaganda is mass persuasion. It's persuasion at a mass scale. So when you see narratives being constructed at a mass scale, that is propaganda. So Bernay is known as the father of propaganda, and he's actually related to Sigmund Freud, who is the godfather of modern day psychology and this idea of like atheistic psychology, which kind of makes sense as to what worldviews are being pushed currently. They're also related to the owner of Netflix. So all this kind of connection is really interesting. But what is propaganda? Propaganda is just messaging. It's just narratives. When you see a narrative play over a big group of people, there is a controlling factor to that. So when there's a narrative that is propagated to elevate something above everything else. When you prop a narrative, now everybody can see it and you limelight and focus on it. Where attention goes,
money flows.
Where was the attention in the last couple of years?
Social media, TikTok,
Trillions.
the magic medicine. Yeah.
Trillions. So where attention goes, energy flows. And if you can prop up your propaganda, your message, then you can direct attention. It's all about money. So one of the co-founders of Netflix is related to Bernay. And it's just interesting that your modern day entertainment is basically your relationship with former day propaganda. I think I don't like consuming anything unless I know the source of the intent. The source of the intent needs to be the desirability of the information. Why you consume something needs to be scrutinized. So why do I read Aristotle's? Why do I dive into the work of Leonardo da Vinci? Why do I stay away from Travis Scott music and garbage? Why? What they're feeding isn't filling me. So I need to find what fills me. And somebody that's in a low vibrational frequency, those low vibrational frequency things, they fill them up, but it's just no longer what feeds me. And you have to go from nurturing yourself with garbage and processed bullshit of the system to finding, hey, like, why am I listening to this music? What is this causing in me?
Yeah.
I'm watching these shows. Okay, it's making me perceive women in a different way. Is this what I want? And you need to be able to have what? Intentionality towards who possesses your mind. Because if you're not in control of your mind, somebody will control your mind for you. And social media companies, video game companies, movie companies, music companies, they hire psychologists just like Bernay, even better than Bernay, to fuck with your head, to keep you controlled. Why do you think it's just normal that at 11:15 in the afternoon you always check your phone and it buzzes and you feel angst inside that, hey, like, what's going on? And you like, refreshing your phone like a lottery slot. That's all programming. That is all intentional. Dopamine hit, hooked. Psychology 101. If you do not control your mind, somebody else will control it for you.